my channel. Welcome back to another video. I'm Jessie and you're watching. Messy Jessie is here with Akasha, and we decided to just film the world's most casual book haul. I am just having a chill, relaxing night, and I really wanted to film content. And I was supposed to film content today. I knew I was supposed to film, but I wasn't in that high energy space that, okay, let's put on makeup, let's get dressed up in a bow tie, let's turn our lights on. You know what I mean? I just wasn't in the mood for all of that, but I'm in the mood to film. And I've talked about this on my channel before, but I don't fake, like, I don't lie to y'all. I don't fake energy. I don't fake enthusiasm. I'm not going to get dressed up if I'm not feeling it. So I hope you're okay with just a cool, casual book haul. Me and my glasses that are mad dirty. So I have a bunch of books here. And if it's okay with y'all, we're just going to have a chill, soothing, low energy book haul. The publisher sent me 2 copies of Anxious People, so I am really excited to be doing a giveaway for this at some point or gifting this to the George Floyd Library. I also have this in hardcover, but this is the latest from Frederick Bachman, and it is about 2 people who are at the bank minding their own business, just trying to pay their rent on time, and a robber breaks in, and it's a whole stick-up situation. I mean, talk about a meet cute. There would be no better falling in love story than that.
Period.
It's a wrap. We are never breaking up. If you can survive a robbery, then you can deal with Darren not being able to put the toilet seat down. Very, very excited about that. Another book, I think I've covered this in a recent haul, but I did get the Maidens from Book of the Month. Just one of the most beautiful covers in the world. One of my most highly anticipated books that I've ever anticipated. The extent that this book let me down, likely by the time this video goes up, my Waste My Time review, my dedicated Waste My Time review is going to be live. Fire Read sent a finished copy of Sunny's Song Will Never Be Famous. This is a YA contemporary that I really enjoyed about a 17-year-old blogger who was sent to this social media detox camp after a video of her goes viral for the wrong reasons. And it's about her trying to get her parents to respect her career choices and just trying to be a big content creator, trying to make it in the content creating industry. I very much enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars, I believe. I want a series from that author so bad. Sunny Song is a character that I would really enjoy just a casual, lighthearted series from, following her antics, you know, throughout her lifespan or throughout her college years. She's not interested in going to college, but then I was sent The Other Black Girl, a finished copy. I read this, I read the arc, and I enjoyed this book. I did have some critiques for it, but it is a debut book and that is to be expected. I thought overall it was a really phenomenal debut. This, of course, is about a Black woman who works in publishing. Her life is changed when another Black girl comes into the mix, and the story gets weird from there. It is a suspense mystery, and it's pretty good. It takes some twists and turns. There's a lot of Afro thematic elements that I very much enjoyed. I had the luxury of being featured on Gabby's book troop discussion for this book, and it just was really, really good. So thank you again to Gabby for letting me be a part of your amazing book club. Again, I probably talked about this in my last haul video, but in case I didn't, I'm just like, I'm a mess, y'all. In case I didn't, Chloe of Books with Chloe got me Bunny for my birthday, which was May 3rd. And I've already read this book. I'm reading it for a secret video vlog that is going to come out in the next month or so. I enjoyed the pants off of this book. Spoiler alert, I freaking loved it. It is just one of the most beautifully and horrifically written atmospheric books I've ever read in my life. It was follow me to the ground level good. It was phenomenal. The publisher also sent me an arc of The Taking of Jake Livingston. I am going to leave my dedicated review in the description box below, or maybe I'll just drop a card up in the air for y'all. Ryan Douglas, who has been a part of the book community for years, he is just this sweet cinnamon roll, and I adore Ryan. This is a story about a medium, a 16-year-old medium named Jake Livingston, who starts being haunted by the ghost of a school shooter. It is about his struggle, not only with his blackness and queerness in this white institution, but also, you know, trying to survive. This ghost that is incredibly powerful. This is one of the most beautiful covers. It's so freaking good. This book was visceral horror, like insect horror. It was way darker than I expected, and I was expecting some dark. I was impressed. Cannot wait to see what Ryan comes up with next. And spoiler alert, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. But please check out that review video because I think that there's going to be a lot of things that non-Black reviewers are possibly going to miss. And so I tried to touch on those things in my review. There's a spoilery section at the end, and I left timestamps. Yeah, you can watch it spoiler free. Then I am reading Days of Distraction. This is a book that I borrowed from one of my dear friends over on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel that is just phenomenal, but I met her through Insta, and I'm reading this for another secret TBR video. I'm so freaking excited. I just love that it already has her tabs in it and her highlights. I'm just like so freaking stoked. Book about a staff writer who works at a prestigious tech publication. 24-year-old narrator of Days of Distraction spends her days reporting on the achievements of smug Silicon Valley billionaires. She finds herself facing misgivings about her role in an interracial relationship. A kind of messy protagonist coming of age, and I'm really, really excited about that. Next up, I have a Black thriller, and this is called The Perfect Ruin, and it is by Shanora Williams. So excited. This is a domestic suspense book about a close relationship between two women, a severely troubled 20-something and the celebrated billionaire CEO she's determined to destroy. That is my kind of story. Very, very excited about this. I just can't wait. I love that there's like discussion questions in the back because I'm a big old freaking nerd. And this was released on June 29th. So you can get it now. I am getting back into my Thriller Thursdays videos where I review thrillers on Thursday. So you are going to see this in a Thriller Thursday video at some point. But I also am dropping a series called Horror Noir. I hinted that I was going to do this last year, and I'm ready. And my Horror Noir series is where I'm going to critically analyze and review Black contributions to the thriller, mystery, and horror genres. Very excited. So I will definitely be reading this book for that. And so far, all of these books have been sent to me by publishers. I will specify if any of them are ones that I bought personally, but y'all know I rarely buy books. I like to get my books from the library, and if I fall in love with them, then I'll buy them. But I just like to be careful about where I put my money. Or if it's like a debut author that I really want to support with a pre-order, or an author that's tried and true for me and is auto-buy, like those are the authors that I save my coins for. Then the publisher sent me this really freaking cool arc of My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I am supposed to be buddy reading this with Gabby. We're gonna read it like towards the later half of the year, and I just can't wait. This is one of my most anticipated releases, and I love that it is a VHS. It's so freaking cool. This is a book about a girl named Jade who is trapped in a slasher film as tourists go missing, and the tension between her community and the celebrity newcomers to Indian Lake Shore heads to a tipping point when she feels the killer will rise. This sounds good. It is just
gorgeous.
Gorgeous, darling. I might have to talk to Gabby about reading it sooner because, I mean, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait until the end of the year for spooky season. I just don't know. Watch, she's probably reading it right now. I just totally forgot that we were buddy reading it. Another book that I've been very excited to read is The Beasts of Prey by Ayana Gray. I have an advanced reader copy of this book, and if you know me and my love for book cover design, you know that I love snakes, I love serpents on book covers. I just do. I love them. I love them so much. Snakes and serpent are an animal that is very close to my own heart. My own heart. So this is a book that I'm going to be reading for my Black Girl Magic series, where I critically analyze and review the way that Black girls are depicted in science fiction and fantasy. So that series is going to be revived. I don't think I have made a Black Girl Magic vlog this year yet. If I have, I've only done one, and it's just not acceptable. It's not okay. We are following a 16-year-old who is indentured to the night zoo. The only way that she can pay off her family's debts is by caring for fearsome creatures. But as the second son of a decorated hero, Ekon is all but destined to become a son of the six, an elite warrior, and uphold a family legacy. but on the night of his final rite of passage, he encounters not only the Shaitani, a vicious monster that has plagued the city for nearly a century and stalks his nightmares, but also Coffee, who seems to have the power to ward off the beast. So basically, these two end up colliding, and it involves them exploring the great jungle and the woods and magic and untold dangers and just all of that fun stuff. The fantasy book, the adult fantasy book that I'm writing, explores beasts, and beasts are a big part of the story that I'm writing. So I'm really excited about this, and I just want to get to it sooner rather than later. The publisher also sent me Biuty Queens, one of my most anticipated releases. This is a collection of stories by a queer trans Latinx author, and they talk about their experiences with sex work and recovering from drug use and being at the intersection of those identities. The author uses he, she pronouns, and I'm just so excited to read her work. And this cover, he's stunning. She beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about some books that I actually paid for. I picked up Big Machine by Victor Laval, who before Quick AMZ dropped on the scene, Victor Laval is my favorite author. He writes Black horror, paranormal stuff, and he's just amazing. He's also a really great essayist and cultural critic, and I just freaking love Victor Laval. A lot of his stories are set in New York. This one is set in New York, and I like to go into his stories knowing very little. So I'm not going to be giving synopsis for this book or the Ecstatic, another book that has just the coolest freaking cover. I got these from my local indie bookstore. They were only $10. Oh, I just can't wait. I also picked up Saturday by Ian McEwan for $2. And as y'all know, this is the Booker Prize winning author who wrote Atonement, a book that I just loved when I read it years and years ago. I really want to reread it. And I don't know what Saturday is about, but he's an auto read author for me after Atonement. I trust Ian McEwan as an author, so I'm pretty excited about this. And if you have read this, especially if you've also read Atonement, please let me know which you preferred. And the other book that I got was The Dragons, the Giant, the Women by Wyatt Moore, who wrote one of my favorite books of 2021 thus far, and that is the She Would Be King. I just don't know how to talk about it yet. I'm still not ready. That book was amazing, and it is so slept on. And this is the memoir of the author who wrote just one of my favorite Black Girl Magic books of all time. She's incredible. That Black Girl Magic book was amazing. It is adult. It is like Black Girl Magic mixed with ancestral realism and Black spirituality, and it weaves together these three narratives. It's like Black superheroes meets Black spirituality, addressing the horrors and pain of African chattel slavery. It's so good. It is phenomenal. You have to read She Would Be King. A lot of people didn't like it. I was not one of them. I'll tell you that right now. I was also sent Beneath the Moon. Beneath the Moon is a collection of fairy tales, myths, and divine stories from around the world. Look at this cover. Y'all, I'm saying, it's got these just enchanting illustrations. I love mythology. I am planning a mythathon round 2. This is going to be my mini spoilery announcement. And this time for mythathon, we're going to have myths, and each team is going to be headed from somebody who is of that culture. So I'm going to be hosting for Team Mexico, representing Mexican mythology and lore. I am so freaking excited about this book. I just freaking can't wait. I can't wait at all. So huge thank you to the publisher for sending me this. It's so freaking beautiful, y'all. Then I got a book that just has taken Bookstagram by storm. Everyone on Bookstagram seems to be reading this, is loving it. I have not heard of anybody giving this book under 4 stars. This is a debut novel about 3 women, a mixture of cisgender and trans women, and one of them transitions but then decides to detransition. I don't exactly know what it's about, but it's supposed to be really, really good. Like really, really good. I'm pretty geeked about this. I'm pretty geeked about this book. Please let me know in the comment section down below if you've read this and what you thought of it, or if you plan on reading it. I haven't heard anybody on BookTube talk about it. Then the next book, I have an advanced reader copy of None But the Righteous by Chantal James. Oh, we're set in 17th century Peru, and Saint Martin de Porres was torn from his body after death. That sounds stressful. His bones were pillaged as relics, and his spirit was said to inhabit those bones. 4 centuries later, 19-year-old Ham is set adrift from his hometown in New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina. Hidden beneath his clothes, he wears his only valued possession, a pendant handed down from his foster mother. Oh, okay. So catching sight of a freedom he's never known, he must reclaim his body and mind from the spirit who watches over him, guides him, and seizes possession of him. Sounds so good. As I'm talking about these books, I'm sorting them into like priority piles. This is going into the priority pile at the absolute top. That doesn't come out until 2022 in January. Then the next one that I have is The Perishing. This is an advanced copy of a book that comes out in 2021. One of my favorite covers of 2021 thus far. Do you see this? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Just 1930s LA, a young Black woman wakes up in an alley, nearly naked with no memory of how she got there or where she's from. So she's actually immortal and sets out with a group of friends that she has acquired to investigate the mystery of her own existence. Oh my God, I just opened it to a random page. It says, this is what it must be like to be a Black woman and lose. To not be able to grieve. To not be Akasha. Okay, just forget it. This is going in the read soon pile. There's the read soon, there's the like read whenever, and then there's the middle category. That's going in the middle category. Then I have Sankofa. This is another arc for a book that comes out in October. And this is another cover that I just think is really beautiful and dope, and I like it. And she's searching through her mother's belongings one day. She finds out about the African father that she never knew. And she finds his student diaries where he details his radical politics in 1970s London, and discovers that he eventually became the president of a small nation in West Africa and is still alive, and he may or may not be a dictator. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, so the publisher sent me False Witness by Karen Slaughter. I have been wanting to get into Karen Slaughter for 2 years now. Everybody who likes thrillers just loves her. If you are a thriller horror reader and don't enjoy Karen Slaughter, comment down below and let me know why. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to be my first Slaughter. I have another one of her books on my shelves. Well, I've got Final Girls. Okay, so I'm just out here lying. I actually don't have a Slaughter on my shelf. So I'm very excited about this. So we're following a up-and-coming defense attorney. I just love law-based books because I'm boring McBored, who is co-parenting a daughter through the pandemic, or a pandemic rather. And she's got a devastating past because nobody's past in thrillers is just puppies and rainbows. And so one night at her daughter's play, she gets a call from one of her firm's partners who wants her to come on board to defend a wealthy man who's accused of multiple counts of rape. And she doesn't want to do it, but it becomes apparent that she doesn't have a choice if she wants to keep her job. And so it becomes a thriller from there. And I'm going to put this in the read soon pile. Then I have Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany G. Jackson. I read this via audiobook and it was the bee's knees. This is set in the 90s. I was thinking about this book yesterday and just how well Tiffany D. Jackson set up the 90s atmosphere. And it's about these kids who lose one of their best friends, and he was just a super talented rapper, and they were like, you know what? Let's release his music and just pretend he's still alive. And then he gets big. And they're trying to figure out what to do because people are trying to get him to show up to events.
And he dead.
Like he can't come to the party. This was really, really good. This is, out of all the books that I've read from Tiffany G. Jackson, this was my least favorite. Still 5 out of 5 stars, or like 4.5 stars. I don't remember exactly what I rated it. Oh, I'm so excited. And then last but not least, I have Yolk. I've got Yolk. This was gifted to me by Natalie of Natalie Reads Too Much. And I'm so freaking excited about this. I'm reading this for a secret TBR video. Can't wait. And this is a book about 2 sisters who just have an awful relationship with one another. It deals with chronic illness. Both of the sisters have health problems and also Korean identity and just surviving in New York City. Yeah, okay, so that is gonna do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know which of these books that you want me to prioritize. Have you read any of these books? Are you going to read any of these books? Did I put any of these books on your radar? Are there any books that you think are just going to waste my time? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I hope you're cool with this chill video. It's just, I want to show up in the capacity that I'm in, you know? And so I hope you're cool with like 70s Scooby-Doo, whatever man vibes. Jessie. Stay safe, be good to yourself, be good to others, wear your mask. Here's my Instagram. Follow it if you want. I'll see you in my next video.